So this is one of Hanwha's JDEC tray handling systems. This is a side mount JDEC tray tower. It is STF100S is the name. It holds up to 20 trays and shuffles them in and out on a extended tray arm. There are 4 items that I want to talk to you about with this unit here. The first being this buffer conveyor here. It's a single segment buffer conveyor. So this unit is mounted on the down feed or downstream side of your pick-and-place machine, eliminating the need for port handling equipment on the outfeed side of your machine. The second item is the fact that we don't sacrifice any of our feeder slots on the front and rear, and we don't sacrifice our max board size. So the arm that extends inside the machine does not interfere with our conveyor width. Item number 3 is we return all items back to the tray or component. So if we pick a component and it fails vision, it's going to dump it or return it back to that tray component. It's not going to put it in a dump bin with a bunch of other components. So with your tray components generally being more expensive, and with the possibility of manufacturers changing things on you, we want you to be able to go back and investigate what might have happened with those components and why they were failing vision. The last item is the fact that this runs in what we call non-stop mode. So when you're replenishing an empty component or an empty tray, as we're replenishing that tray, it's put in a hold area at the top. We open this door to replace it. We'll look at that in more detail. But while that's taking place, the other 19 trays in the unit have the ability to be shuffled out into the machine and picked from, or we can continue to pick from our front and rear feeder slots. Let's go ahead to the back side of this unit and take a look at it in a little more in depth. One of the first things you'll notice with this unit is the ease of access on the back side. So if I want to remove my tray carrier, I need to move my lock mechanism out of the way. We can slide our entire tray carrier out of the unit. This whole thing weighs about 15 pounds. Once I have it in an area where I can work on it, I can go ahead and pull out these trays individually. So if I had a tall component in tray location 3, I could remove tray 2 and handle that tall component. We'll go ahead and put these back in. Load this back up so you can see that process. Slide your carrier back into place. Re-engage your lock. Now let's go ahead and send a tray into the machine. So looking in the back of the unit, you'll notice that the arm extends all the way inside the machine up against our nozzle carrier, and this is our bottom side teach camera or fixed camera, stage camera, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to pick from here and inspect here. Generally these are our larger or more complex components. If not, then we're picking and inspecting on the fly just like we would from our front or rear feeder bank. But that's why we have the proximity set up the way we do. So let's go ahead and take a look at an empty carrier in here. It will shuffle the loaded carrier in and bring the empty carrier out. So this is what our empty tray carrier looks like. We have a fiducial point here. It shows us the direction to load our tray. And let's go ahead and see what happens when we run out of a component during a run and we need to change the tray. So one of the things you can see here is we have a refill selection here. So let's go ahead and refill pallet number 1. We'll go ahead and select change pallet. Now if we were running a program, this would happen automatically. It would come up, it would alarm us. Our operator would come over, remove our empty tray. So we want to loosen our spring tensioner here, we want to pull our what would be our empty tray out and go ahead and replace that with a fresh tray. The reason I loosen that spring tensioner is so that I'm not fighting a spring with tension on it as I'm putting a tray in place, potentially popping my parts out all over the floor. Once I've loaded my tray to the front right corner, I go ahead and put some tension on those springs, tighten up those wing nuts. We close the door and select change. Now, while all this is taking place, if there is another tray component in program, it will go ahead and pull that tray out and start placing those components, or it will place the other components on the board while the tray component is absent. As soon as it's reloaded, it will shuttle the tray back out and continue to pick and place the components in the program there. So it will not stop and wait for you to refill. Here you can see the parts being picked, failing vision, and being dumped back in the tray and not going to a dump bin. Thank you.